Hello everybody, welcome back to Cades and Trading. I'm going to go through the ETF watch list for December 26th, just after the close today. I just flipped through a bunch of the ETFs and so far I don't see anything that looks like it's worth a new buy today. But let's go through. I'm going to skip over anything in red for now and we'll come back to anything I had mentioned previous days and see how they're holding up. But for now, the first one that looks like it's not red is Nail, and it hasn't changed today. Basically, it closed it. No change at all. So it looks like it's just forming this horizontal channel situation here. Way down low. It is not worth buying. It's way too far down. SOXS, chop, just chopping everywhere. Today was a weird day. It's like so much stuff was kind of all over the place. Like there's no real rhyme or reason to today. It was very sloppy. SPXS, nothing good going on there. EMV has a nice uptrend situation going on, but it's down today. Well, it's only up 6 cents. It's not something I'd be looking at. KWeb, still stuck in this downtrend, not happening. Nothing going on there. FNGD, nothing there. SPYU looks okay. It's behaving, low volume. End of the year, what do you expect? Not something I'd be buying now, but doesn't look terrible. TechL, same kind of thing as SPYU. Had a new uptrend yesterday. A little bit more volume today, but didn't really gain anything. It's only 2.5 above where it closed yesterday, which actually surprised. I'm surprised it's 0.25%. Looks like it closed about the same spot. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't be buying that right now either. ERY already had a run, so that's catching its breath. TQQQ is stuck in a downtrend. SOXL, sideways chop. Even though it has a new uptrend, I would not trust this at all. I want to see something breaking out. I want to see high volume. I want to see a good strong bar. This is not it. SLV, no, stuck in the downtrend, nothing special. UDAO, coming up, very slow mover, had high volume a few days ago, still needs to turn the corner and come up a little bit more. Not something I would want. DRN, a few good days, but still way too far down for me to consider it. FAS, this one looks like it's turning the corner, it's low volume. It is starting to rise. It's decent. It's usually a pretty good behavior, but it's closed kind of right near this new little spot of resistance where there was a gap here. So basically kind of came down, filled its gap, and is coming up. This one I might add to my close watch to see if it'll form something worth buying soon. Not quite yet though. GDXU. Nothing doing there. It's a mess. WebS, very long downtrend. It's gonna have a while to recover from that probably. Yen, new uptrend, but no volume. Not worth trading that. SEO, choppy sideways mess. BITU, decent day today. It's had quite a few days of moving up, but still very far down, so not touching that. DNA, same kind of thing, worth it. SBIT had a decent day. Had a new uptrend the other day. So choppy at the moment. If you're like a day-to-day short-term trader, this is just a mess. Like I had said the other day that it was worth buying if you were willing to take high risk. Then the next day I said BITU was worth buying because it was worth a high risk. Just, I don't know. I think it's best to just avoid it altogether. Both of them at the moment. Hold, gap up this on day-to-day, but who knows? Boil and cold are so tough. ETHD, huge day today, 10% gain. Really picked up, which is kind of surprising. We had this huge volume bar a couple days ago where it closed near the low, gapped down the next day a little bit, and now today it's kind of coming right back up. I wouldn't take my chances on it right now. It's too risky. And down here, I'll skip down to GGLS. That was up a little bit today. Definitely not worth trying. It's ugly. NSFD, no, too far down. NVD, sideways chop. It's like the market doesn't know what it wants to do right now. It's very frustrating. There's no clear situation here. Apple, though, is making a liar out of me. Apple's behaving. Had a new uptrend the other day. Up a little bit more today. It's a great stock. You know, Apple usually is a great, well-behaved stock. You know, it's one of the best ones out there. I mean, it's a lot slower now than it used to be. The gains aren't as big, but it's kind of something you can kind of trust. AMZD, kind of leveled out. A little bit of horizontal action going on here. I don't see it turning the corner yet. AMDS closed at the high today, but it already had this big run. I don't see it, you know, cranking up another huge gain anytime soon. And then TSLS, another one that's kind of leveled out a little bit and might turn up, but it's got a big downtrend going on right now, so I would avoid that. All right, so let me switch over to Excel. Let me get my spreadsheet over here. Give me 1 second. And let's see if I can get Excel shown here. So that is way too hard to see because it's too big. Hang on. I hide my ribbon? How do I hide my ribbon? I know there's a way. I just don't remember how. Show tabs only. Okay, that helps a little bit. Let me shrink this down. Give me 1 second. Sorry, people. All right, that should work. Let me just move myself out of the way. And 1 second. Put myself in the middle here so you can see everything I had written. Okay, so previous status, BOIL. I had said that it was up 5.42% and worth holding. However, it today took a nosedive, down 9.59%. Way too much volatility on that. Let me switch back into Trading View and go over to BOIL. Hold up. So yeah, so you can see, I mean, it was rocking and rolling, gapped up, closed near the high, and then today it just plummeted. This is why BOIL and cold are so tough. I mean, this kind of thing happens a lot with these. They are extremely high risk, high reward. Probably the highest risk stuff that I touch. And BOIL is one that I generally avoid unless I think I can scrap up a small gain day to day. This is not something I ever hold for like weeks or months or anything like that. It's just too crazy. All right, so back into Excel for the next one. And that was FNGU. So FNGU today was down 0.84, very low volume. So it's behaving. Again, let me switch over. Oops. The Trading View. Sorry, guys. What's going on here? Trading View just disappeared on me. What the heck? Wow, that's weird. Hold up. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. Still learning all the stuff with the videos and everything. Okay, so FNGU. Here we go. Yeah, it's in alphabetical order. So yeah, it was down just a little bit. It was kind of horizontal. If, like for me, I bought it the other day and it was a little concerning in the beginning of the day when it was pretty low. It got pretty low and then came right back up. So that's a good sign. Not a lot of volume, but it's definitely not something I'd be getting rid of yet. So let me switch back over to Excel. And now Excel doesn't want to show up. What is going on here? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. SPYU. That was up a tiny bit on very low volume. It looks a lot like FNGU, so I'm not going to show the chart on that one. Same thing with TQQQ. Looks a lot like FNGU. Now, BITU. Let's flip over to the chart for that. So BITU. Let's see here. Where's it at? Hold up. Down 7.21%, and it looks awful. I should have known better. I said it was a high risk buy yesterday. Oh, sorry, 2 days ago before Christmas, and it probably, definitely should have been something I shied away from. The volume was very low, and I figured that was just because it was Christmas Eve, but it's kind of catching its breath. It's in a downtrend now because of this huge run up that it had before, and you could see that it's very choppy around here. So hindsight's always 20/20, of course, and this is a learning experience, you know, for me and anybody else who's listening, that you're not going to get them right every time, right? And you got to kind of think about it. You know, do you want to cut your losses? I ended up taking like a 8% gain, 8% loss on this thing today. I could have held on to it and waited who knows how long for it to come back up. I mean, it is Bitcoin. It probably is going to come back up, and it might come back up in like a week. Who knows? But do I want to sit around and wait for it when it could potentially just keep going down, and then you have to take forever for it to come back up, and by then you might have lost a ton. So cut your losses. It's usually better for me. This bar is definitely bearish. I don't like how it looks, so move on. It is what it is. That's the way the market works, you know? All right, so back over to Excel. And what are we looking at next here? We've got AAPU. and it is still looking good. I just talked about that a little while ago, so that's something that I would be holding. So NFLU, that was down. So NFLU and TSLL I'll talk together because they're kind of similar. Both were down a decent amount today. Flip over to the charts. Hopefully in the future I'll get better at flipping back between Excel and TradingView too, so it'll be easier to see what's going on. Anyway, so NFLU, not terrible. It's got the new uptrend thing going on. I mean, this is a huge uptrend already though, and it barely caught its breath. So it may end up going sideways or falling or something, but as of today, it didn't look too bad. There's a good amount of volume. Kind of closed with the doji, so it's a little concerning, but it's not something I'd be selling yet. And then TSLL, again, another huge run. Closed at the high yet on Christmas Eve, and then today down some, came back a little bit, but it again, it's like NFLU where it probably needs to catch its breath after this huge run up. So yeah, so let's flip back over to the Excel one last time and summarize the day's activity. So, and let me make this a little bit smaller too. I think I could show you a little bit more information here, perhaps, maybe. Let's see what I can do. Sorry for my technical difficulties. Yeah, so we got some more stuff going on here. All right, so I had already said Boyle's a sell and BITU is a sell. Anything else that I had mentioned, I would probably keep holding on to. There's no reason to get rid of it just yet. So, and again, as I say every time, this is not financial advice. This is just my thought process. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to trade. So that's it for today. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better and a little more ordinary of a day. Today was such a weird day in the market. I didn't know it was going up, down, or sideways. All right, we'll talk again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.